all know tonight more about a shooting at an after-prom party over the weekend. This evening, authorities confirmed that 11 people were injured when shots were fired at a party in Jasper. KLTV's Mariela Gonzalez has more.
What should have been a very special evening turned into a tragic event that will unfortunately be remembered for all the wrong reasons.
The Jasper County Sheriff's Office shared new information Tuesday afternoon regarding the shooting at a home on County Road 263. Jasper County Sheriff Mitchel Newman says they currently have 4 people of interest.
Myself, Chief Deputy Scott Duncan, and deputies are working around the clock to process evidence, statements, and follow leads.
Newman confirms a vehicle used in the shooting was found abandoned, but did not release where it was found. No one died in the shooting, but 11 people were shot. As of Tuesday night, 3 of those people remain in the hospital. Newman says 2 more victims self-admitted to the hospital on Monday. Jasper County Crime Victims Coordinator Lorana Gray says many of those who were at the party and not physically injured could still be suffering from emotional stress. She says counseling services are available.
Everyone present is a victim of an extremely traumatic event.
Following the shooting, Newman says they have added officers at schools within the county.
There have been no safety issues in any other districts regarding this incident, and we will ensure that we provide whatever assistance they need.
District Attorney Ann Pickle says they intend to prosecute everyone who is responsible.
Children are the most precious and vulnerable members of our society, and senseless acts of violence endangering their lives will not be tolerated in Jasper County.
Mariela Gonzalez, KLTV 7 News.
Officials say they still have at least 200 more witnesses to talk to. They're also asking for anyone with video to turn that in to authorities. More information is expected to be released tomorrow.